matter, Tom? What are you opening cuddly for? What's wrong?
What's wrong? If he's starting his games again.
What happened now?
Ah! There he is, gone hairing off across the fields.
Why?
Why? I'll tell you why. Because no one in the whole country could tell him what to do. The minute a thing gets into his head, the devil himself wouldn't drive it out. I try talking to him, but sure, I might as well be talking to the horse.
Well, it doesn't do to be all the time crossing him.
Ah, what else can I do? When he wants to see things, the way any fellow would should see them. Daft ideas in his head, and everything has to be done the opposite way to your way. Look! Black paint for the oak outside. He helped me tell him yesterday I want it painted with red lead to protect the galvanised.
Well, he thought the red paint would be very noticeable. The neighbours would be talking.
Who the hell cares whether it is painted black or red? Sure, everyone knows he did a lavatory. He went off to the town this morning, and my last words were to bring a tin of red lead. And damn it, what do I see now when I go out? There he is, and he putting black paint it again. And because I told him stop, he kicked the tin up in the air and skied the brush in here.
And where's he gone now?
The last I saw him was his back jumping over Coleman's ditch. Don't think for these last few weeks he do things the way we'd want to run for a change, you know.
Well, I don't want to say anything, Tom. We've had all this out before. But there's very little we ever do except contradicting him and ridiculing any ideas he ever had. The youth are entitled to some freedom.
Freedom? What the hell more freedom does he want? Will you tell me? Or what does he want at all? And I daren't take my eyes off of him abroad in the bog up in the meadow. The minute he comes up to 9 o'clock, he's gone off.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
Well, I do. Tis these bloody dancing halls. Before they're finished in this country, they'll have a dance band playing in every pigsty. Tell me one Sunday night that he's missed. One, in the past 5 years, that he wasn't hopping about above in that town there.
And where else would you have him of a Sunday?
Well, I don't mind a bit of race now. But there has to be some stop put to his carousing. Does he have to be out till 1 or 2 o'clock of a Monday morning? A hell of a lot of good the sun boys to him when he's digging spuds abroad in the field the following morning.
Well, you can't be stopping him when the rest of the lads are.
And the rest of the lads is watching their P's and Q's. He was all for getting married last year. Him, at 25 years of age, thinking of getting married. That's what the Sambo's doing from such is.
In 4 weeks' time, you'll give a right arm to him his hand on the door latch every hours of a Monday morning.
Well, 'tis his own choice, such is.
His own choice. The only one he has.
Well, I'll not stop him if he wants to go.
Well, you won't stop him from going to the other side of the world. But if he thinks of getting married or settling down...
Ah! What settling down we were talking about? We'll swear the way we're talking. If we were crippled or something, or we had to have someone else in.
And is that the only reason you can think of for marriage?
Is there a better reason for a lad if he's there to be get married? None. That the head is rose with him at the crossing and hopping around on a Sunday night with a lot of these painted women.
I wouldn't call Eileen Tierney one of the painted ones.
I have nothing against Eileen Tierney, but she's not the one that's coming in here. And not when Mr. Curley feels like it either. So there where he can go.
Well, there's no sense in arguing about it now, Tom.
Indeed, there isn't. Nothing makes any sense to him at all. Going around picking wives out of the haystacks.
And that thing outside there, when are we going to finish it?
When 'tis done my way. I'd see it rot in the rain before I let him put black in it now, I would.
Oh, why is it the Yanks always have to come in the middle of summer when everything is on top of her?
Aye, that's the way it is, sure. And for the first time in 40 years, I've had to miss the fair day in Castlebar over getting ready for him. But if I got one happening again, then so it won't. That co outside there, her time is up and she's near cabin. And it's not like the last time we'll be up night after night with her, so we will. Night after night.
Sure would have ready to help her.
I had a lot of good he'll be. Sitting in a soft job, drawing big money for the past 15 years. He wouldn't know which end of the cow the calf comes from.
Do you think his wife will be particular?
Whether she's a mat now, we've done all we can, so we have.
There's been some money spent here in the last few days.
Aye, that's the way it is, sure. They'll send you home and check now and again. We'll spend the most we get ready from when they come.
Well, it was Eddie's own money that built this for us. And whatever who said is better than the thatch anyway.
Yeah, it was good enough, that was. The thatch was good enough.
And a fine sight it of bringing a strange wife home to the other. At least now he'll say something for the money he sent. And God bless him, he didn't spare it when he went first.
Yeah, a steady lad was Eddie. But he didn't have it or the buckets his way from that. Yes, a steady lad was Eddie. He managed his life well. He went away and got a job for himself. And sent home the few bob when he could. And when the time was right, he got a sensible woman for a wife, so he did.
Sure, we don't know what his wife is like.
Yeah, she'll be all right. Any man that takes his time like Eddie doesn't make a mistake on the woman he'll pick. Yes, I could see Eddie had it in him.
He was as wild as the next in his day.
What in the same kind of wildness, though?
You did the very same ranting, if I remember.
Well, I was a bit nervous, all right, Eddie gone, but I'm glad he's there now to keep an eye on Curly.
Oh, I wish it wasn't for taking Curly that he was coming. Didn't he think about days seeing all our family gone?
Yeah, a few years ago, him all the good in the world. 'Twill settle him. 'Tis more than I can do.
Oh, it was the same with Eddie. A few years and he'd be back. They don't come back, Tom. We're driving him out ourselves. I'd rather keep my mouth shut the rest of my days and have him here around the house.
Hold, woman, my love. For God's sake, hold.
There's no harm done, Tom. Eddie would have come for the holiday anyway.
'Tis 12 months now since Curly wrote for his papers. If he had any change in his mind, he'd have done so on that time. But he's too damn independent to admit he's wrong. You said it yourself, we'll talk with him.
He's not going because he wants to go. He's going because he has to.
Why has he to? There's many beyond in America who would come home in the morning if they had what he had. But that's not good enough for him. Let him do what he wants to, and maybe he won't get it all his own way there.
Mary Kate?
Oh, Eileen, come in.
My mother thought you might need a hand with the preparation.
We've got this, so Eileen. I've curtains to hang up and I don't feel like declining.
Well, Tom, great excitement, isn't it?
Aye, I've been just coming home on holidays. What were with the hair?
They'll finish this evening, I'd say.
It should be in. I'm sure our father wouldn't take any notice of me when I told him the weather was up.
Sure. If we were all as wise as you, Tom, there wouldn't be any hard work left in the land at all.
There's always hard work in the land, girls, so there is. Always hard work in the land. I'm going out now to check on that heifer. I'm going up to the field. When Curly comes back, we'll tell him to take back that tinny paint and to get some of my money back in it.
Aye.
All right?
Is Curly gone somewhere, Mary Kate?
Ah, he's just gone over the way, Miss Eileen. Look at what I borrowed from Katie O'Hara's for their bed.
Isn't it grand? But will they be a bit warm to that?
Sure, they can throw it off if they want to. But there was always one in Eddie's bed. And in many letters he used to ask me if I still had a patch quilt. So I thought I'd better put one in the bed anyway.
Well, now, 'tis a coincidence that it should be the quilts of Katie O'Hara's bed you're putting on.
Eileen, you never came in yet but wouldn't say something to make me laugh.
Tell me, how is Katie?
Oh, not good. Not good at all. The doctor was there early this morning. He'd have her removed to Cashel Down, but she was too weak. He warned her when the last child was born, and here she is now with another.
Ha! 'Tis the men he should be warning.
Oh, no, poor Katie. You know, Eileen, she's just like yourself.
I wonder, will Eddie remember her? I heard them say they were courting strong before he went away.
Oh, they were indeed. She was the only girl I ever had telephone having anything to do with. He used always to get her to sing The Last Rose of Summer when we sat around the fire in the old house. Ah, the years bring changes.
Anyway, are you all excited with them coming?
Oh, now, Eileen, at my age, you try not to get too excited. But 15 years is a long time to be waiting to see your son.
Ah, sure, you be dancing jigs around the table.
He's a wife that has jigs with him now.
You be throwing some bit of a do, surely.
Oh, you'd better ask himself that.
He might want me to come on the sambo with him.
Oh, I don't know. We won't miss Eddie when he goes again. But cuddle.
I'll put on the kettle and it'll be boiling for a drop of tea while we're doing the curtains.
I was over at Riley's yesterday evening. Deela's at home.
Oh God, isn't she grand looking?
Oh, like a film star. The trunks came over by boat, but that wasn't good enough for Deela. She came flying by aeroplane. What's this she was telling the father? Oh yeah, from New York to Shannon in 9 hours and 53 minutes.
I'm sure it is great, surely, to be Yanks. Tell me what's holding this.
Oh, hold on, Eileen. They're mulched out places.
It's all right, I'll reach in this chair, Mary Kate.
You know, seeing them now reminds me. I meant to take Curly to get a bottle of wine when he got that. We can't give Eddie's wife a glass of porter. Will you remind me to tell him again?
Tell me, Mary Kate, is Curly getting lonely yet?
Oh, 'tis herself now should be the best to tell that, Eileen.
Well, he said nothing to me, Mary Kate. I'll want some mints for this.
I've some here on the mantelpiece. I mean, don't believe in telling us much, do they, Eileen?
Oh God, no, Mary Kate.
I wouldn't be happier seeing anyone else but yourself coming in here, Eileen.
Sure, I'd always been enough, Mary Kate.
I meant coming in with Curly.
I'll want some more pins for this. Sure, Curly'll be back in a few years.
Oh, that's what Eddie said.
Sure, there was no need when he got a wife and he had to stay.
Oh, sure, I did have someone pining too.
Everything turns out for the best, Mary Kate.
Oh, Eddie would never have gone, you know, but...
Tis a pity they have no family.
Oh, 'tis surely.
Now, how does that look?
Oh, makes a different house of it altogether. I get worried about what I'm going to give them to eat. She isn't so much Eddie but herself. She'll never have seen anything like the spuds of the cabbage we have here.
Oh, God, no, Mary Kate. In summers, it's cold salads and iced tea. So Delia says anyway. And cheese and biscuits and coffee afterwards. And for breakfast, jeez, pancakes and maple syrup.
You're cotton.
That's what Delia says. Mary Kate, if I were you now, I'd give them spuds and cabbage for breakfast, dinner and supper. And if she turns her nose up to it, you know what, I'd let her off.
Oh, 'tis the only thing that worries me. You know the goodness they have over there.
Well, don't worry about it.
God bless you, Eileen. Sit down now and I'll make the tea. You might give me a hand with the lid in the other room. I want to put it over by the window. Curly have to sleep down in that other room.
Who's going to meet them, Mary Kate?
Oh, Curly just. Tom isn't going to go at all. But Curly's getting the car out from Welch's to bring them out. The journey up to Cork is very far. You can be sure they'll sleep well tonight.
Sure, most of the Yanks are flying now anyway.
Well, in his last letter, he said that they would take that Julie isn't feeling too well and they were coming by boat. He thought that the sea voyage might do her a bit of good. Curly, we're making tea. Do you want some?
All right. Hello, Eileen.
Hello, Curly.
Hello, Curly.
I'm just up in the Farfield looking at a few bullocks. Where's himself?
He went out to see the heifer.
What time is that training at?
It's 6 o'clock.
You would want to be there for 5 to make sure of the car.
Is there anything else you want me to get now while I'm there?
You'd better bring a few loaves of bread.
And the wine, Mary Kate.
Oh, God, I nearly forgot it again. Curly, will you bring a bottle of wine?
What do you want the wine for?
For the Yanks, of course.
Jeez, Eddie won't be drinking wine.
For herself, we'll have to have something. Some light kind of wine.
You'd want to have some small glasses too, Mary Kate?
Give it to her in the mug, it'll taste the same.
We've got some small glasses at home. I'll bring them round, Mary Kate.
All right, listen, Eileen. Now, don't forget it, Curly. Listen, Eileen, will we want napkins for the table?
Napkins? Well, don't be daft. You're wearing yourself out this last week, doing the place up and worrying. Whatever they eat, it'll bloody well taste the same, whether they've got napkins or no napkins. Where's that tea?
I'll get it. Do you want something to eat?
Is there any fresh soda?
That's bad for her stomach.
I'll get it, Mary Kate.
There's a loaf cooling out in the window. You'll get a knife there in the drawer. You were always mad for the hot soda cake.
Was that old fella shouting?
He wants you to take back that tin of black paint and bring some red lead.
Well, if he wants it painted red, he can bloody well do it himself.
He told Luke Casey he was going painting it red. Sure, Casey's going around telling everyone now, the bloody telephone box we have. I'll paint it, but it'll be black. Great notions, he has all of his shot for bright colours.
There, and it's still hot. I see Tom coming over the field this way. I'll run over Mary Kate and I'll get those lessons.
There's no hurry, Eddie.
Can't you stay over here?
In case I forget them.
Will you be over later on tonight?
I will.
You'll be over again, Eddie.
I will, Mary Kate.
Curly, for God's sake, will you try and agree with your father for these few weeks?
All right.
He means well. It's just that he wants to see everything done right, no matter what it is.
Well, there's one thing I'm not going to do, and that's paint that bloody thing outside of that flaming colour.
There's tea in the pot, Tom.
I'll have a more. That heifer's gone to calf tonight. You want to keep an eye on her.
I don't see any signs now.
Go say that in the bloody morning when the calf's lying beside her. If I'm going to do it, I'll do it myself.
Do you want to cut a bread?
No. What time are we going to the town?
When I finish my bloody tea.
He's having a car out from Welch's to bring them out.
And don't forget that paint or two like a wood boy. He's having a car?
Yeah.
Well, don't know if they have as much truck with them as I see down at Dealey Riley's a while ago. It's a Garvey's tractor he'll want.
Yeah.
In the name of God, what do they have in all the trunks?
And if they were stuck for a bollock, they'd sing for you.
Aye.
I go on. I can't be listening to this fella going on about crap.
Don't forget the paint.
Oh, and don't forget the bread, Curly. And the bottle of wine, don't forget the bottle of wine either.
Wine? What's the wine for?
For Julia.
And what makes you think that she drinks?
Well, we'll have to have a little something.
A little something? Tinned one of these cocktail shaking wives I did pick. And if I know Julia, and I should do, because she's married to my son, she's sitting down to a nice, strong cup of tea she'll be, and not twirling a glass of wine at the end of her fingertips.
I wonder how much this yacht cost.
A good deal, I'll bet. Is your father coming in for tea?
Is.
I'll pour you 2 cups out first, and then I'll take the pot up to them. Give him a shout and tell him it's poured out.
He said he was coming in.
He'll be grumbling if it gets cold.
Jess, he said he was coming.
Curly, for God's sake. Don't let Eddie and his wife hear the two of you barking at each other.
Hey! The tea's poured out! It's getting cold! No goddamn spoon.
That mare won't show him badly.
Did you have a look at her?
What do you mean?
I mean that if you looked at her, you would have seen that she was done 2 bloody days ago. But because you told me she wanted to do it and you didn't see me carry her, you take it for granted that she'd not done it all.
I got it, 'cause all of a sudden you got so smart, didn't it?
Right. Well, good morning, Ireland. Gee, those feather beds, I haven't slept like that in 15 years.
That's in the good clean air, this what is.
Hey, fella, watch it. Don't you drop that on the floor. You got $250 worth of camera there.
How much is that in Irish money, Eddie?
$250 is about 75 pounds.
I got it. Any man that has 75 pounds to spend on a camera to take photographs is getting his money soft, because they usually not in Ireland, what?
Yeah, well, I'm in it now. 15 years, heck, it seems like a lot of time. And even in the few hours I've been back, I have seen changes.
Aye, and our self-help makes some And Nas didn't know that you'd want to live under nowadays, I didn't.
Yeah, the old touch. Hey, what happened to that?
Oh, I keep the cows in it now.
Good. How many have we?
5. One will be calving today or tomorrow. You might be able to give us a hand.
Hey, just leave it to me, boy. I haven't forgotten how to handle these things.
You do have it, sir.
So, what else have we around this ranch? A horse?
Aye, but she's a bit old for work now. Yeah, you can see if I left my tobacco here.
Hey, hold it right there, Pop. I got something special for you.
Well, did you check in her?
I did a course.
What do you think?
Maybe today.
Oh, not so bad.
Hey, here's tobacco for you. Now, this is Prince Albert tobacco, and you'll find it's a sweeter smoke than that old plug.
I got if there's anything like the fancy tin, it should be good.
Hey, boy, throw away those old woodbines and have a decent cigarette.
How do you get this out?
Hey, here, let me eat. Hey. Now, like that.
Oh.
Hey, smell that.
Nah, I wouldn't be too glad about it. I'm smoking that old plug too long.
Wait till you've had a few drags on that pop, you won't smoke old plug anymore. Oh. You like those cigarettes, boy?
Yeah, I like them for a change.
Too many cigarettes he smokes. 20 days now bothered him. A waste of goddamn money. Why is it in days he come by these as?
You get that plug for free, Pop?
For all I smokes now, didn't up talking about it. Although he'll have to cut down the smoking when he's keeping himself in America.
Hey, I don't know why he wants to come out at all for. Are things so bad here, everyone has to get a boat out?
I don't know if half of them has to go. It's not on that fancy on you.
You know, Curly, we gotta talk this thing over in the next few days. It's still not too late to change your mind.
There's no reason why I should change my mind.
You hadn't a mind to change, that's why.
Well, there's nothing here for me anyway, that's for certain.
You got that as much as any young lad has.
Hey, okay, let's not argue now. Today I want to see everything. And I mean everything. All the old places and faces. Boy, I've longed for it all. Hey, who owns that house? That house there, behind the trees.
Ah, that's Coleman's.
Oh, Matty Coleman.
That's him.
Gosh, what a change. They all shifted about. I don't know any of them. And, how about this house here? The one with the cows in front. Who owns that one?
Ah, that's Regan's. You remember Andy Regan?
Yeah, Andy Regan. Sure. Gosh, what a change, you know. When I left this place, every house you could see from this doorway had a thatched roof. And now look at it.
There wouldn't be many changes if it wasn't for them that did go.
You see this house out here? You recognise that one?
No.
That's where Katie O'Hara's married.
Hey, honey, come on.
Hey, give her a chance. She could be tired after long journey.
Coming, honey, coming.
No, sir. You see, she's trying to put a face on. And you don't realize what kind of operation that is. And hey, it takes as long to put it on in the morning as it does to get it off at night. So how's that tobacco going for you?
That much strength in it at all.
Yeah, Hick, I bring that 3,000 miles across the ocean, and he still says it's no damn good.
Hi, folks. And the top of the morning. Gee, I got that Irish brogue already.
Come up here, Julian. Sit down. I'll be going out.
Sit down, Pops. I'm going to sit down for the next 3 weeks. But not in the mornings, anyway. Honey, you got a cigarette? Well, here we are.
Well, here we are is right.
What's the program for today, then?
I figured we'd take it easy, honey. You know, I just want to have a look around the old place, catch up on the old memories, you know.
You do that, Ed. Gee, Mom, you know, this guy's talked nothing else but this trip the past 10 years.
Well, he left it long.
I kept telling him that. Didn't I, Ed? Didn't I say over and over again, we need to make that trip back to Ireland to see the old folks. But you know how the years go by. And then when Curly wrote, we just knew we had to make it then.
When a man isn't a good job, he has to watch it. He can't be selling all Dawson when he feels like it. Up there and sit down, Julia. I'm going out to see the cow.
Hey, Pop, I'll come out and give you a hand.
Should I follow on? Don't you be in the way, for God's sake.
Curly, come up here and talk to me. And let me tell you about the great old US of A you're soon going to see.
I wish we getting on with a few jobs as well, Julia. Tonight we'll have a talk.
Tom doesn't believe in anyone sitting for too long, Julia.
Oh, let everyone take it easy. It's a vacation. Ed, you said something about having an automobile for the 3 weeks.
You can hire one from Welch's.
You know, I wanted Ed to ship ours over from the States. Then we could have driven down here from Cork and comfort instead of that ghastly train. I've never known anything like it.
They're not the best, surely. Especially after the ones in America.
Mary Kate, it was a nightmare. And the heat. You know, I asked the guy who checked our tickets where the air conditioning was. He just leaned over me and pushed the window down. Hey, we're getting a taxi back.
Yeah, sure, honey, sure.
You'll have to go up with a lot of things in this country, Julia.
From what I've seen, Curly, It's no wonder you're getting out. Everyone doesn't get out. I just don't know.
Hey, say, I better get some clothes on and get some of this beard off. Hot water in here, Mom.
'Tis boiling. You'll want the mug.
He's gonna wash out of the mug.
He asked the old fella last night if he could bother to come through.
But Ed, you've got your shave master with you. It can plug into the light point.
You know, I figured I wanted to see how the old cutthroat was standing up to it. You know, honey, I learned to shave with this, and I haven't had a decent shave since. Hey, you know, honey, this razor belonged to my grandfather.
Land's sake, Ed, it's not your grandfather you're shaving. You're gonna get a sore face.
Yeah, come on, this one turned the baby's face. It's been shaving too many good men in his day for that. Hey, you use it, boy?
No, himself says I'm ruining the edge.
Well, no one knows how to handle a razor like old Tom Maher. Hey, is he still as contrary as he always was?
That man will be contrary about the way the last breath is leaving his body.
The old ones here in Ireland, Julie, they have no patience with the youth.
Why, it's just the opposite in the States. There, the teenagers tell the old folks what to do. Curly, what you get up to in the evenings?
Not really, Julia. Except on Sunday nights. There's always a dance inside in town.
Oh, Ed, we need to go to one of those.
Do they still dance across here, boy?
No, haven't been one of them there in years.
Hey, you know, that's one of the things I was looking forward to.
God, a sweetheart, Curly.
Hey, you got loads on chest, you haven't you, boy? Just like your big handsome brother back in his day.
Big handsome brother. You know, Ma, if I hadn't taken pity in him and taken him under my wing, he'd have been left in the shelf.
Honey, your pity wasn't deep enough. Or you would have left me alone.
Ed, I don't like the sound of
Hey,
that.
skip it. Hey, the razor licked me, that's all.
No, I best be going out and giving that fella a hand.
Hey, Curly, I'll come with you. So are we going anywhere dirty? Because if we are, I think I better change the shoes.
Oh, they're not the best surely for walking around the land.
You may not believe it, ma'am. These cost me $30. They're an exclusive from Saks.
Hey, come on, skip it, honey. Tell her the true price of $15 from Shears Road Book. She'll be just as impressed.
Ed, what's getting into you this
Hey, it's
morning?
nothing. Just don't go around doubling the price after we've gotten our backs.
I wasn't doubling the price of anything.
Sure, everything sounds so big when it's $7. 'Tis hard to know the cost of anything at all.
Well, should I change? Mr. Down to Earth?
We won't be going anywhere dirty, Julia. The ground is all good and dry.
Hey, I'll see you.
Ed, don't you think you ought to see about that automobile this morning?
Yeah, sure, honey. There's no rush with that.
But we're on a vacation, and vacations aren't for sitting on the farm
sure,
all
honey,
day long.
sure.
I'm gonna break my neck in this farm.
Yes. The sun shining on the face of Niffin. Now, how many times have I closed my eyes in the past years and seen that?
What's that idea?
Hey, it's Niffin, Ma, Niffin.
Niffin? Sure, we're sick and tired of looking at
Hey,
it.
you know, when you're down in your luck and not a cent in your pocket, you can get a good view of that from Times Square.
Where's Times Square?
You know it's somewhere. You know, I meant to come back before this many times.
Well, you left it a long time.
It's not easy sometimes. It takes a month at least to have a vacation like this.
Sure, I suppose 'tis true. You have to think of your job first. But you never forgot us, did you? You were a good son when you went.
Yeah, but I should have kept it up.
Well, it wasn't expected of you. With your wife and a home to support, we're managing all right now.
Say, why does Curly want to come out at all for?
I suppose he thinks he'd do a bit of good for himself.
What, and leave you both here?
We'd be all right for a few years. He says he's only gone for a while.
Hey, you know, that's what I said.
And didn't you do the right thing?
Yeah, sure I did.
Sure, he'll get more for his time there than he gets here.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing, he'll get more money. So tell me, who's still around that I know?
John Toya, you remember him?
Oh, no, I don't know him. He wasn't one of the old gang.
He married Katie O'Hara.
How is Katie?
Not good. Not good these days. She's going to have a baby and things haven't gone too well for her.
And did she keep coming in? I mean, after I'd gone.
Oh, Katie never missed a day without coming in to see me.
You know, I meant to come back. Sure as God I did, but...
Well, 'twas to be, dear. There's no good in regretting what's over and done with. You went to a good country and you got a good wife. 'Twas to be.
Yeah, I guess it was to be. Still, I'll have to go over sometime.
Won't be able to go now for a few days. But we'll go visit her now some evening after the baby is born. She got a good husband. John Cho is a good, steady man.
Yeah, well, you know, Katie deserved the best. And I mean the best. Hey, look at this. Here comes the old fella. He's in a mad rush. Hey, what's wrong with you?
The cold calf, I come down for a blanket.
Hey, I come down with you.
You'll get a blanket behind the dress of that top.
Hey, this is better for go down and bring Julia up. She gets a bit excited down there in the way.
Don't take one of the good blankets.
All right, I have it. Is he sick on down with him?
Aye.
Just the screeching for what was the subject having the calf and at the cold.
She never said anything like that.
And giving out to come in myself about the hay and the straw scattered about the place.
She's just great excitement for her.
Excitement for her. Jesus.
Let her talk.
Talk, damn it, she's must have a fun station, so she's must have a fun station.
Oh my God! If anyone told me that a beast, a mother-to-be in her birth bands was treated the way you and Curly are doing to that animal, I'd write to my congressman.
Could be all off beneath you when we don't see the calf coming in.
Mary Kate, the conditions out there, the unsanitary conditions. There's old straw and hay and cow droppings all over the place, and the smell.
Hey, okay, honey, okay. It's going to be all right. Pop's going to put nice sheets down and spray the place for the evening in Paris. It's going to be okay.
The germs that must be swarming out
Hey,
there.
honey, what you getting so amped up about? If anyone should be worried, it should be the bull.
I must sit down.
Here we are, Julia.
I feel faint, sick. Ed, give me a cigarette.
Do you want something to drink, Julia?
Yeah, come on, you have something, honey.
I have some wine. I get a glass.
Ed, why didn't you warn me? You deliberately let me go out there.
See, honey, this kind of thing happens every day in the country. It's just nature. It's every day of the year.
Well, I don't like it.
You know something, honey? Hey, you don't have to. If you want to see the nice bits about farm life, you can see it in the movies.
Here we are, Julia.
Yeah, honey, light your fag.
There's whiskey over there, Eddie, if you'd like some.
Ah, yeah, sure.
He doesn't drink whiskey, Mary Kate.
Hey, settle down, honey. We're on vacation.
Here's a glass.
Now, hey, I'll knock this back and see how the new mother's doing.
You'll see they handle her properly, Ed.
Oh, yeah, sure, honey. I'll pick a bunch of roses on the way and bring it into her.
Mary Kate, I don't ever want to witness anything like that again. I don't think I like farms. No, I don't.
Tis all right for those that are used to it, Julia.
I don't know how Ed can take it all so easily. Mary Kate, could I have just a little more wine? I still feel kind of faint.
Oh, I'll get the bottle.
Cows and pigs and bulls. Ed will just have to see about that automobile.
Here we are, Julia.
Mary Kate?
Oh, Eileen, come in.
Hello, Julia.
Hi.
You remember Eileen? She was over for a while to see us last night.
Oh, sure, Eileen. But my nerves are in such a state right now, I wouldn't recognize my own husband, even if I wanted to.
What in the name of God has happened, Julia?
She went into the barn, the cows calving.
It was ghastly.
Mary Kate, I'm going into town. Is there anything I can get you?
No, thank you, Eileen.
I might come with you, Eileen. An hour or two, civilization might settle my nerves.
To the fine black bull, God bless him, and the calf, the cow.
The cow's all right.
Aye. Hello, Eileen.
Hello, Curly.
Hey, now tell me I know nothing about handling a cow and calf.
How's the know what I have all night?
He actually helped.
Hello, Eileen. Hey, it's the girl who swept my heart away.
You'll make a far from you yet, Eddie.
Hey, what do you mean make one, girl? I am one.
Hey, don't stand near me, you smell.
Ah, you smell like a farmer, Julia. Curly, come out and show me the calf.
You do just that, boy.
I'll come too. I guess might as well peep
Oh, no,
at
it's
it.
okay, honey. You stay right here with me. I'll show you the car.
Hey, I'm out there now with you. We have work to do on the field.
Hey, only room for 2 people in an Irish farm, you know.
Is that the whiskey bottle I say?
Oh, yeah. Let's have a drink to the new arrival.
I got yes.
Ah.
What's it going to be called?
Well, it's going to be a simple name, honey. Nothing elaborate. Just half. Hey, Mom, you want a drop?
Oh, no whiskey for me, Eddie. I'll have a drop of wine with Julia.
Oh, I won't have any more, Mary Kate. It's a bit too strong for me.
But no, you're a sensible girl, I'm told Julia. Some of them nowadays I hear to be drinking whiskey.
Whiskey? Well, what do you know? Good luck. Good luck.
There's a new arrival.
The new arrival.
Oh, God, it's hot.
Hey, sure is, boy. Hey, have a swig of buttermilk.
Is that much left in that can?
Yeah, lots.
Yeah, she'll kill us, but what the harm?
Only reason she bakes sort of bread so as we can steal the ends off it. Hey, we'll tell her 'twas the old fella.
Oh, jeez, this feels hot. She's got a team rain in a minute. What time did they say they'd be back from Castlebarrett?
5, 6. Hey, your girlfriend said she'd fix us some dinner when she came back.
Oh, and who's that now?
Hey, come off it, boy. Eileen.
Oh.
You know something? You're a goddamn fool, Curly.
What for?
What do you expect to find in America? Come on, you tell me. What do you expect to find?
Well, I'd be able to come and go as I please and do whatever I want, whenever I want.
Okay. But is that so great? What price do you intend to pay for that privilege?
My fare. You promised that to me.
Hey,
I'll
forget
pay you back
about
when I
it.
start learning.
Forget about it. I didn't mean that. You're my brother and I gotta help you if you think you're doing the right thing. But currently the thing is, I'm not sure you know what you're doing right now.
I don't want you starting with me now.
Hey, look, boy. Life's not everything you might think it is on the other side of the ocean. And the knocks don't come any easier because you're running away from them.
I ain't running away from nothing.
Look, Curly, God, I should be the last one to say this, but you got a duty to your father and mother.
And I've also got a duty to do something for myself. What you do when you have to choose between the two?
Hell, I guess you run away, but don't you run so damn fast you go too far to come back.
You ran yourself.
Yeah, sure I ran. But I hope you find more at the end of it than I found. And I hope you come back to more than I can come back to. Say, how about we go down the alley this evening for a crack at a ball?
Ah, there's no alley there now. It fell down.
Jeez, isn't there anything around here that it hasn't either fallen down or flown away?
There's less and less every year. Yeah, here comes the rain. That finishes the hay for today. Thank God.
Hey, say, Curly, what's with you and this Eileen Tierney?
Nothing.
Hey, don't give me that.
There's nothing.
Hey, I recognize that glint in your eye every time she walks in that door.
She's a good dancer.
Hey, she's a good dancer. Well, that will please Tom Maher. Hey, are you courting, Curly?
I ain't courting no one. It's no one's business if I am or haven't.
All right, settle down. Keep your shirt on. I'm just asking you. Hey, did you ever talk to the old fella about the place?
The place. This place. By the time I get the place, I'll be getting the bloody pension.
Hey, now you listen to me. He's that kind of man. With Tom Maher, you got to demand a thing. And when he doesn't give it you, you go right ahead and take it. It's as simple as that.
It is very easy for you to be talking.
Hey, it's not just talk, boy. Sure, America's a great country, and a guy can get on. He can earn money, and he can spend it.
But sure, that's exactly what I want to do.
Well, if that's what you want to do, I got $300 back there. We'll get your ticket next time we're in town. Well, let me ask you one straight question. Did you ever feel that you might be doing the wrong thing?
Sometimes. But then that mad old fella starts up and I know I'm doing the right thing.
Ah, come on, but beyond that.
What do you mean beyond that?
Beyond that, the future, what you going to do? You going to stay in America?
I don't know.
Hey, that's no good, boy. You've got to have a plan. You can't just be living from one day to the next. That way you've got the skates under you all the time. There must be someone or something that you want to work for.
I want to work for myself.
Hell, then you'll get no thanks.
And what was your plan when you went?
Yeah, I had a plan, Curly. When I went first, I had a plan. And let me tell you something. No man worked as hard or saved as much as I did. But one day the plan just wasn't there anymore. Hell, it gets lonely on the other side of the world, boy. Especially when a lot of the things that you long for are behind you.
I'm not afraid of that.
Some guys just fit in, Curly. They become part of the bricks and the concrete and the railway lines and the streetcars. And they don't smell the stink from the chimneys or the gasoline fumes. But other guys, Curly, other guys are country boys. And if they have a plan to work for, it's all right. But you know, if they lose it, or if they don't have a plan, then you just work because you have to eat or drink. And hell, that's no living for any man unless he's chasing ulcers.
A few years to do me.
Hey, go for good or don't go at all. Make your home where it's got to be. But Curly, the way I see it, your home is right here.
And what the hell good is this to me? That old fella grumbling and grousing at me. Neighbours telling me I'm daft to be gone. 10 years' time, the place will be mine. No, I know what I want to do.
Hell, and you're going to do it?
Damn right.
Even if it breaks your heart? Hey, let me tell you something. You think if you go, you can come back to the same place you left?
It'll be here.
Yeah, sure, it's going to be here. It's going to be the same house, but in a different field. It's going to be a different country, a different world. And let me tell you something. You'll go searching for other things, like I did. And when you go back and you see that New York skyline, you're going to be so sorry you'll laugh. Because you're really home then, boy.
Daft talk.
You don't know what daft talk is until you're talking to yourself. So what are you going to do? You're going to leave your father and your mother? Hey, to hell with them, is that it?
No.
Curly, look, Curly, I can't come back and look after them. And they're too proud to go on their knees and ask you to stay. Or they think too much of you in case you are doing the right thing. Or they're too proud to let you see the tears in their eyes.
There's no tears in that man's eyes.
Hey, have you ever looked? Maybe there is in places no one sees him.
But if there was, he'd behave like a reasonable man.
You know, Curly, he probably says the same thing about you.
Did he ask you to stop me?
Hell no.
No.
He's too much of a man to do that, Curly. But your mother did.
Look, I've stayed around here working as hard as any man. I've worked with him when there one man in the country could stick him. And I've had to ask him for every shilling I needed. And not once did he give it to me without telling me how hard money was to come by these days. And I've done 12 and 16 hours at a stretch, above in the fields or in the bog. And at the end of it, if I wanted to go out for an hour for the crack, I had to sneak through that bloody door. That's the bloody carousing you hear him going on about. Ren, 35 years of age, maybe even 40. He'll be there sitting in that seat, poking the ashes with his stick to pass the time. He'll tell me it's time I start casting around for a wife. Not getting married, mind you. Just casting around. I want my life now, like you had yours. And I'll be the one to decide who comes through that door and how much she brings with her. Well, what's your answer to it?
Look, I ain't got no answers for you, Curly.
Answer me.
I ain't got no answers for you. I guess you just run away, boy.
Hurley, rope up and bring down the brake old rock like you would, boy. You couldn't keep brakes with that lad. He'd break every tool we had in the place.
Did you ever break a goddamn rake?
What's wrong with you? Is it the drink you've on you?
No, but you know what, Pop? That's not a bad idea. Look, Pop, we gotta talk.
What about?
Well, right now I'm not too sure. And I'm not even sure that the things I want to say are going to get said. But you gotta stop Curly from going.
Well, they won't lift their hands, I won't.
He doesn't know what he's leaving.
Ah, damn it, well he knows.
Hey, years ago I stood in that old house over there. The night before I went to America, I said every word that Curly said to me tonight. But I had to say it to myself because there was no one else.
Ah, you couldn't stop him when he shots that head.
Look, hold it, Pop. Now that kids me. Every word and every frown. Well, you know, there's something else. There's some other reason for his going. And if I thought that was there, hell, so help me, I cut his legs off at the knees just to stop him going.
Cut him off at the hips and hit streak all that head.
Hey, look, you don't understand. You want to drop?
Go on, give me an old course anyways.
Hey, you know, it was never easy to talk to you about anything.
I'm a reasonable man to talk to if you only came to me in the right way.
Okay, Pop, I got a straight question. But I think maybe it's my mother I should ask. Has he got a girl?
Well, I'm sure all the carousing at night hidden with the buyers anyhow.
Now, come on, Pop, skip the carousing, huh? What's the setup between him and this Eileen Tierney?
Eileen Tierney? She's just a neighbour's daughter. They goes gallivanting to the dances on Sunday night.
Well, you know, that's okay if that's all. You know something, Curly isn't me. And he's probably not even a country boy. Hey, you want another drop?
Didn't great stuff to be taken when there's work ahead of her. But, what rambling was on him for Cashel Bar?
Julia wanted to run.
And the course herself was just meant to be off and all the work that's ahead of us.
Hey, you know, everyone needs a break, Pop.
Julia isn't used to the country.
No, you can say that again, Pop.
You have to be bred in it, of course, to understand the ways.
Yeah.
That's like the country man. He's never settled in the city.
Yeah.
You're a city man now, aren't you, with the clean clothes and the shiny shoes?
Oh, yeah, Pop, you can always tell the city man. Yeah.
But, what sort of a job will you get for Curly when he goes over?
Yeah, loads of jobs. We're going to figure something out once we get there.
My God, he'll have to mean to his ways when he goes over and not be pelting his shoes.
Come on, shut up, Pop.
Let the drink it on now itself, would it?
Look, come on, I'm sorry. Ah, God. Hey, is it ever going to stop raining?
Might.
Hey, what about the hay?
That will take no hurt to files, I want.
So, hey, Pop, is Curly courting?
But blasted, you asked me that before.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what you done.
It turned out bad for the funeral, too.
Yeah, there won't be many there. There don't be many got helpless when there's children buried.
I should have gone.
You wouldn't be expected.
Still, I have to go over sometime.
John too, he was inquiring for her. He said we might ramble over some evening when Julie's improved.
You mean she's getting better?
She's, the doctor says she's on the mend anyway, I think, right?
Good, yeah.
Julia seems a nice woman.
Yeah.
When you get used to her.
That's it, Pop, when you get used to her.
There's many that goes away and sends back for the ones they've left behind.
Yeah, I guess
better
that's
off
right,
picking
Pop.
up one while they leave, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Hey, here comes Curly now.
Has he the rake with him?
Yeah, he has.
He'll mean that one now. We'll buy no more of him, so we want.
He's a fine-looking fella.
Curly? He's a fine stamp of a man, so he is. And now the one like cut yourself, you know that?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, Pop, in my day.
There's that outside now, don't be bringing that in.
I'm not going to stand outside in the lashing rain fixing it, am I?
All right.
Jesus, did you ever see such rain? Let me drink in Castlebar.
Well, it serves them right for going, so you.
Hey, let me fix the rake, boy.
I'll get the wire outside in the shade. Is the hammer in here?
No, bring it in with her.
Right.
And some nails.
All right. I'll bring it in.
Hey, is it going to clear up?
Aye, but there's some strange clouds around yet. Come in.
Hey, Eileen, well, the rain done some good if it's driven you in here.
Isn't it fierce?
Give me your coat.
No, I won't be stopping. Did they say what time they'll be back at?
As soon as my wife has bought the whole damn joint.
as soon as Mary Kate was back, will you tell her to go over to toys?
What's wrong?
Hey, is it Katie?
She's had a bad turn. They've sent for the doctor, but she keeps asking for Mary Kate. I'm going over again.
She'll have to stay away. You'll
I
be drink.
can't. There's no one with her. I'll come over this evening.
All right, I'll tell her when she comes in. Just do every little dash anyway.
Hey, Curly, you reckon they'd mind if I was to go over to Tweez?
You can't go over now.
Well, I get scared sometimes. You know, I'd give anything to see her again.
Look, don't be daft. What would your Julia say?
I couldn't care one damn less what Julia says.
Oh, that's a fine carry on then.
Hey, let me ask you something. Did you ever think of your mother dying?
What for?
Hey, come on, what did you?
No.
Well, I did. You know, I used to pray once. I used to pray to God to let me be with my mother when she died. But I knew he never would.
That's not right for us all.
That's not right for me. And nothing's right for me. Nothing's ever been right for me. And right now, I don't know in what direction the right things for me lie. You know, Curly, I always thought they were here. But I now realize they're not here for me anymore. And I wish to God I found that out 10 years ago.
think you're kind of half boozed.
Yeah, sure. Hey, sure, I'm half boozed. I've always only ever been half of anything, Curly. But you, hey, you ain't even half of anything. Hey, but someday maybe, when you're shoveling coal in a stinking boiler room, or up to your knees in muck, 20 feet under the clean sidewalks of Park Avenue, or humping heavy cement bags off a dirty rail truck in 10 degrees of frost, you're going to stand for a moment, and you'll wipe more than just sweat out of your eyes. And when that day comes, Curly, when that day comes, maybe you'll...
This is stuff I wanted.
Yeah, this one finish it off good.
Here's made a fine job of all the tools.
Well, it's no good just driving nails at them, boy. Hell, when this is done, you can stick it in every hole in the field and it won't break.
What are the farms like in America?
Oh, they got all sorts, boy. Big ranches, wheat farms. They specialize, you know, specialize.
No small places like here, so
Oh, yeah, sure. Down south. Worse conditions.
they couldn't be much worse than.
Yeah, so how's that?
Oh, there's many haymaking in front of that rake.
Ah, good. So how's about a drink?
I don't mind. There's half a case of stout here yet.
No, don't mind the stout, man. Get the whiskey. All right.
The old fella's gone off to Tories, said John with the milking.
You hear anything?
No, but the mother said if Katie wasn't too bad, she'd be up early.
Good.
That's my look, all right.
God damn
Perfect
it, boy.
way to
Keep it straight.
Good health.
Good luck.
Isn't it time I went about that ticket?
Yeah, we better do it in the morning. Pay the balance and collect it.
I need a new suitcase as well. I think I'll get one in Castlebar tomorrow.
You want the money now, boy?
There's no great hurry, but I suppose this is a way to get it out of our minds.
Okay. Hey, you know the bank manager in there knows me. You can just go right in and cash it. So let's see what we got here. It's $300. Now that's about £100. And there's 75 of that to go to the shipping agent. The remainder's yours, Curly. You're going to need some decent clothes. Hey, don't you lose it.
I won't forget you, Eddie, for doing this for me.
I wish it could be more, boy.
I won't be long paying you back.
Hey, forget about it, but you know, it's still not...
No.
Okay. So, how's about another drink?
I'll have one. Where's Julia?
Somewhere around.
I think she'd be glad to be on her way.
Yeah, you know something, Curly? Somehow I'd be glad myself.
You enjoyed yourself, though?
Yeah, sure, yeah. But it's all gone, Curly. I don't know, maybe I expected too much. Hey, you know, it's funny. When we got off that taxi that brought us here, I half expected that there at the door would be my mother, dressed in the same apron she had on the day I left, instead of an old woman. And then my father would come striding down the fields to greet me, with his hair just as black and just as much on his head as the day I left. Hey, 15 years is a long time. And you forget to count them, I guess. Well, come on, boy, drink up.
Chase would be scuffled.
Hey, can you think anything better to do?
Are you going over to Tui's tonight?
Yeah, it's the last chance I have.
John would feel bad if anything happened to Kate here.
Yeah. Say, Curly, what does Eileen say about you going? I understand you told the old fella last year you were thinking about getting married. What do you say about that?
He didn't stop going on about it for a week.
Huh. Hey, and then you wrote to me.
Aye. There's no other way, dear. I'll come back.
Hi, Curly. Well, thank goodness you've only got one more full day after this. I can't wait to hear the roar of traffic again.
It's quiet around here, Julia.
So damn quiet, Curly. I just can't sleep nights.
Hey, we should have fitted a pneumatic drill under your bed. Then you could have slept all day.
No need for pneumatic drill, Buster. What with the sound of your adenoids giving their death rattle all night? That's enough for anyone. Who's on the liquor?
We're just having a little sup.
I don't want you introducing Curly to the pleasures of life.
Hey, it's okay, honey. We know when to stop.
Seems I heard that somewhere before. Where are the old folks?
Gone over to Tui's.
Gee, I feel sorry for that girl, Katie, losing her kid. And I just remembered, you haven't taken me to a wake anywhere. And all the things you told me about wakes here in Ireland.
Even the wakes aren't what they used to be.
I hear everyone has a great time. Plenty to eat, plenty of liquor, and some harmless petting with the girls now.
Okay, cut that out.
I'm not saying anything wrong, Ed. I'm just asking Curly.
Well, then don't ask him.
Well, what's wrong? After all, you were the one who told me what happened at this wake.
Shut up.
Hey, dear.
If you're Irish, come into the parlor. There's a welcome there for you. Seeing as everyone's having such a great time, might as well join in. Fill her up, Curly.
It's strong stuff now, Julia.
I'm a strong girl, Curly. The Lord must have known what kind of life I was going to have. Top of the morning, or whatever ye say.
Good head, Julia. Another one, dear?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe we've nearly had enough.
Maybe in time, Curly, you'll get to know where drink is concerned. Those words can mean a thing to my husband.
Sure. Fella needs to get blind drunk every now and again if he's to see things straight at all.
I'll try and figure that one out on the voyage back, Curly.
Hey, you know something? We should have a dance here tomorrow night. How about it, Curly? Let's get a few barrels of beer and a few fiddle players.
Why not, Curly?
Yeah.
No reason at all, except the old fella.
To blazes with the old fella. For once, pay no heed and go right ahead. So, come on, can you fix something?
I could get a couple of fiddle players, all right, and sure, there's no trouble with booze.
What more do we need?
A room to lock Tom Matter in.
You know something, honey? I'm going to show you how to do the lancers.
Hey, let's find this vacation over the good.
Yeah, well, anyway, Curly deserves a farewell due.
Gotta send the boy out into the world with a song in his heart.
Okay, so how's about another drink?
That fire's going down, I better bring in a bit of turf.
Hey, honey, look at that sunset. You think the mountain was on fire?
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Well, what do you want me to say?
I'm not. I want you to say nothing.
Ed, no more whiskey.
Yeah, sure. No more whiskey. Well, look, I'm on vacation. And it's probably going to be the last vacation of my life. And if I feel like getting stinking, I'm going to get stinking. You know something, honey? I'm half glad I'm going back. And as for you, hey, you know you can't wait to get your heels out.
I never said that.
Ah, you didn't tell me. You think this is the far end of nowhere. I'm sure you do.
I never said that, Ed.
Hey, but let me tell you something. This is better than you or I will ever have.
And whose fault is that?
Hey, you can tell. I can even tell myself. Half the goddamn world can tell. But they're all wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a steady lad. With a steady job. In a steady country, yeah. Yeah, honey, I'm a city man. Oh.
It's good to hear someone happy.
Hey, Eileen. Hey, it's the light of my life.
That's what you called her the last night?
Well, she's the apple of my eye this time.
I wouldn't let him stand too near you, Eileen. He stinks of whiskey.
God, I don't know how the men could drink that stuff.
And I wouldn't let Curly get too near either. He's racing neck and neck with his brother in the liquor sticks.
Really?
How are you? Any news?
Any news? Hey, honey, you know he had that girl for 2 hours in a grassy ditch last night. He meets her this morning. All he can say is, any news?
Let me put the turf down. You'd spoil it.
Hey, brother, come over here. Your glass is empty.
Hey, don't you think you've had enough to drink?
Hey, don't you worry. I'm going to leave you some for a nightcap.
Eileen, I don't know what's happened to him this vacation. Vacations just are not good for this man.
Sure, do you think it will be when he goes back to you?
Hey, Eileen, what are you having?
Oh, nothing for me, Eddie. I don't drink.
Now, that's good, and always keep it that way, kid. But you, honey, celebrating with tea? Jeez, that's rich.
Do you want me to take out that kettle and fill it for her?
Hey, you stay here with me, brother.
You might fall into the well.
There's enough of it. We won't take any heat off them two, Julia. We'll talk amongst ourselves and you can tell me all about America.
Hey, you know you two shouldn't even be here. What's a summer's evening like this in a country like this, but for two people like you? You know, Curly, you swear to God you got the rest of your days to spend here instead of just 2 more.
I think I better fill the kettle, after all.
Ed, you've got the perfect knack of saying the right thing at the wrong moment.
Yeah, I got a perfect neck. And the way I see it, my brother's got a perfect girl. And he's leaving all that because he doesn't know. Hell, 10 years' time he'll know.
Can't anyone do anything around here without someone wanting to pass on advice to him or tell him what to do? I know better than any one of the two of you what I want.
Okay, settle down, settle down.
Curly, I don't think you should have any more from that bottle.
Now, hell, Julia, why can't you let that guy take a drink in peace?
Well, you should be the one to tell him stop, not me.
Come on, honey, he's over 21. Any man over that age should be allowed to go wherever he wants. Hell, even to hell if he wants to.
Brother, this looks as if it's setting out to be a memorable evening.
Curly, pull those curtains and I'll put the light on.
Hey, 1 second, don't put the light on.
What's wrong, Eddie?
I said don't put that light on.
Hey, don't act silly.
Hey, Eileen, just stand right there and back a little into the shadows.
Ed, are you seeing things?
What are you trying to do, Eddie? Make me look like a ghost?
Yeah, that's it, Eileen, like a ghost. Hey, Curly, look.
Look what?
Don't be acting the fool. Too much strong whiskey, Eddie, I'd say. Next thing, you'll have me down the garden looking for leprechauns.
Yeah, maybe. I thought for a minute you...
I'll put the light on.
Hey, no, Curly, leave it like this.
For one thing, it's romantic.
Hey, Eileen, can you sing?
I can croak, Eddie, but I wouldn't call it singing.
Sing, Eileen.
She can sing.
Hey, do you know The Last Rose of Summer?
Eddie, I can't sing.
For me, Eileen, please. The Last Rose of Summer.
Sing, Eileen. They say the music suits a savage beast.
Curly, you'll help me.
You'll manage yourself.
Tis the last rose. Look, it's even made Eddie get up.
Ed, what are you doing down there?
Hey, just carry on, honey. I'm just stretching my legs.
Eileen, you're good. You should do something about having your voice trained. I always say only the Irish can sing the sad songs properly. Why are there so many sad songs here?
I suppose because we're always going away.
Hey, I remember here, just here, the horse's collar used to hang. And every time you passed by it, there was this great smell of the hayfield from it.
Curly, what about you giving us a song?
I can't sing, Julia.
And here by the door to the back room, the milk churn always stood. And in those hot summer months, you could drink mug after mug of it.
Tell me all about America, Julia, and all the posh style.
Well, it sure is God's own country, Eileen. For them that wants to get up and go, there's nothing in the world to stop them.
And there was a small cracked mirror hanging on the wall here. And in the evenings, I used to hop around in front of it, trying to shave, and plastering down my hair with soapy water.
In America, Eileen, we've got the biggest of everything. Biggest bridges, biggest houses, largest automobiles. Folks just think big in everything they do. It's that kind of a country.
And under the horse's collar, there was a fur. And when I was in as good an order as I could make myself out to be, I'd sit right here, with one eye on my father and one on the clock. And when it was coming near the time, my heart would just start to pound in my chest, knowing that she was leaving her house at that very moment and coming down the lane to meet me. And when my father bent down to light his pipe, I'd be out like a hare. Katie. Oh, Katie.
It must surely be a great city. But I don't think I'd ever get used to that money. I could never work the dollars into pounds, shillings and pence. I'd be robbed every day.
Oh, it's easy, honey, and a much better system than in Ireland. You see, there are 100 cents to every dollar. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is, but that's roughly $3 to every pound.
It makes it sound like an awful lot.
Ah, yeah, sure, Eileen. Everything in America is 10 times bigger than it is anywhere else, including their goddamn heads.
Ed, no more whiskey.
Ah, shut up. Ed's going to drink whatever he goddamn wants, and he's going to get plastered if he feels like it.
But put the light on so we can see you when you fall.
Oh, brother, listen to her. It's the queen of repartee.
Kettle's boiling. I'll make the tea.
Brother, have a whiskey. Honey, you got a glass?
I'm having a cup of tea with Eileen, Ed.
Oh, no, that's no good, honey. You got to let your hair down. Tonight, let's be ourselves. Let's be truly our American selves. Big bums. I can't carry this pretense any longer. And even you must be feeling the strain.
Ed, you'll be sorry tomorrow for all the things you've said you're likely to say.
I'm only sorry for the things I haven't said. I'm a bum. I'm a no-good, stinking bum. And that's what I should have said the first time I walked in that door.
It must be awful to live in those tall buildings, Julia.
Oh, no, honey. They've all got elevators.
Oh, yeah, sure, they all got elevators, except 2461 where we live.
Take you right to the top end
There
section.
you got to push your way up the stairs past Puerto Ricans and stinking Italians who live in the apartments below. And you got to watch where you put your foot, because kids make a lavatory up the steps.
And those swell apartments, honey, gee, you should see them. No turf or coal fires there. Everything's centrally heated. The same heat in every corner of the room, no matter what the weather.
I think I'd miss the old turf fire, though. But I would love one of those refrigerators.
Hey, yeah, you got to have refrigeration.
Eileen, people in the States just wouldn't live without a cooler.
You got to keep the meat, and you got to keep the eggs, and you keep the milk in it. Yeah, we got one. Hell, we even got a freezer. Only thing is, it don't freeze. We even keep the bread in it. That way the goddamn rats don't get it.
And the stores, honey, you know you could spend a whole week in one of the stores without having to go outside once.
Must be marvelous.
It sure is. Everything and anything you want to buy.
Yeah, you buy the whole damn joint if you got the money. And hell, don't forget to ride home and tell them what a wonderful guy you are. And what a wonderful time you're having. And how in America you got all the breaks. Hell, you break your goddamn back.
And when you first see all those wonderful things, you'll wonder where you've been all your life.
I'm sure we never see anything here.
A young person is buried in a place like this.
Yeah, they're buried here. So when you go home to see the dead, you got to make sure everyone knows who's dead and who's alive. You can't come home with a wooden box your father made you when you went, with 2 pairs of socks and a shirt in it. Then you might wonder who's dead.
And honey, when you got a boyfriend there, he really shows you the big
Oh,
time.
no, sir. You gotta have 3 or 4 bags with cabin and stateroom labels stuck all over them. And you gotta buy the biggest goddamn stateroom trunk you can afford. Hell, we got one. Only thing is, there's no goddamn clothes in it.
Parties, dances, into the country in a summer's evening in a smart car, movies.
Hey, movies? Hey, hold it right there.
All me and Curly's ever done is go dancing on a Sunday night.
Hey, this guy says to me, any American on vacation is a disgrace to the Stars and Stripes unless he carries a camera. Yeah, we got one. And you know something? That's $250 worth of camera. But the only thing is, it's rented for the month at $20 a week.
And over there, honey, a girl can look like a queen. Latest styles, beautiful shoes, jewelry you think cost a fortune. You can dine in the snazziest restaurants and have all the boys staring at you.
Oh, so help me. What a goddamn country. And here's me going to bed every night for the past 10 years with the same fat cow. Shut up. She doesn't want to hear all your crap. She's got everything. She doesn't want to know.
I'm going to go outside if you're going to keep shouting like this.
Yeah, you do that, honey. And you come back when you learn the value of things that make us look dead here.
We'll take a walk down to Toys, and we might meet Mary Kate and Tom coming up towards us.
Yes, Eileen. There doesn't seem to be any place here for anyone unless they're full to their eyes with whiskey.
I never thought it was like that, Friday.
Well, that's the way it is, boy. And that's the way it's going to be for you, for the same reasons that happened to me. You're going to hit liquor, because it's the only way out for you when it's too late to do the things you set out to do.
Every man has to have his chance.
He doesn't have to take chances if he'll just listen to reason. You know, Curly, there's some things that I don't know about you.
What are they?
Do you want this girl, Eileen?
I don't want to talk about them things.
Curly, you gotta tell me. The years go by and a girl like that can't wait. Hell, I know.
She'll wait for me.
Hey, don't make her wait. Curly, does she meet you down Morning's Lane of a summer's evening, just when it's getting dark? Hey, come on, answer me.
Sometimes.
And you go down our field with that high hedge into the old fort at the end?
Sometimes.
And does she sigh in your ear as she lies beside you on the grass and wind her warm arms around your neck?
Aye. With her arms around me.
And do you think of it all the next day?
I did. Yes. Because my heart's breaking for her.
Curly, sure as God's above, I know he wouldn't stand in the way of that desire or question it. So why should any man either? Boy, you got $300 there. You can do things with that.
It's too late.
No, Curly, you got to do it.
We can't go back on arrangements.
Hey, they're the only things you can go back on. Look, Curly, if you were never to see a new suit in your back or another cent in your pocket, you give it to her, Curly. Put the finest damn ring on her finger you can afford with that money. And with your arms around her, take her in front of him and say, this is the girl I'm going to have. For me, Curly.
I can't help.
No, Curly, you do it. Tomorrow, don't you stop in town. You go straight to Castlebar with that money. And if you do that, it's going to be right. And I'll have done something right for the first time in my life. Eileen?
I've just come back to tell you Katie O'Hara is dead.
Can you bring me down that case and I'll start packing some things?
Hey, where do you want it?
Open it on the floor.
You want to smoke?
No thanks. Some of these things are not quite dry. Better put them to the fire for a time before packing. What about your suit, Ed? Do you want me to press it?
Nope.
Will the funeral take long?
Nope.
I hope Mary Kate doesn't get a wedding. It's not good for her age, you know.
Hey, you know if Curly said anything?
Anything?
Yeah, anything about, stopping Castlebar on the way to pick up his ticket.
Isn't that what he's gone for?
Hey, well, what time did he go?
About 9.
Ah, hell, Julia, why didn't you call me?
Ed, I called you 5 times this morning. Last time you sat up in bed and told me to get the hell out of it. What you want me to do? Lift you out?
I don't ask you to do any goddamn thing.
Ed, we can't go on like this. I can't go on like this anymore.
Oh, come on, honey, let's not start now. We got plenty of time once we get back.
Somewhere we gotta stop.
You carry on with that packing, honey. As for me, I gotta have a drink.
Ed, no more. Listen to me, please, Ed.
Come on, I don't want to listen to your mourning this morning.
Well, I'm gonna say it. Because we can't go on the way you and I have been going on for the past 10 years. I've asked myself this question many times before. Now let me ask you, Ed, why did you marry me?
Look, I don't feel like answering any questions this morning. I got a headache.
You've got a headache? Sure. It's always something that's wrong with you, Ed, and it always seems as if I'm the cause of it.
Come on, if you're going to start shouting your mouth off in the same old way, I don't want to hear it.
No, Ed, you don't. But I've got to sit around and listen to yours. I've got to sit quiet and say nothing while you walk and stamp on me. I don't know what you're looking for, Ed, but I've been breaking my heart for the past 10 years trying to find it and give it to you.
Yeah, honey, you've done a great job.
Sure, I've done a great job. I've put up with more from you than any other woman would. Alive or dead. Maybe I don't fit in here. Maybe I don't. But you don't have to go out of your way to make it as obvious as you can.
Well, come on now, let's not go into that.
I will. I will, Ed. I sat by this very fire last night, smiling and trying to close my ears and other people's to the things you were saying. And what was worse, saying them. As if all the things that have happened to us have been my fault. No, Ed, I'm not the line shooter. You are.
Yeah, you're goddamn right I am. Because I gotta be.
Yes, Ed, you've got to be. But while you're living your past from a whiskey bottle, I've got to shoot a line to the butcher and the baker and the grocer just so we can live. I know I ain't got folks who live the good simple life you're so fond of talking about when your eyes are glazed over with alcohol. You promise things, Ed, but...
Hey, but what about this last year?
Sure, you did fine. You didn't touch it and saved almost $1,000. And I could have been proud and happy for you, except for one thing. You didn't do it for yourself, and you didn't do it for me. No, Curly wanted to come over, and your folks wanted you to take a vacation and bring him with you. So for the first time in 10 years, you'd one of those plans you keep talking about. So you quit the bottle.
Hey, I can chuck at any time.
Yes, Ed, you can chuck it when you've got someone to work for, but I don't seem to come in anywhere. And when Curly comes back with us, the two of us will carry on just as before. Sure, we haven't got a swell apartment, but we could have if you'd stick to one job long enough to get somewhere in it. But the way things are going, it seems as if we'd end our days in the same rat warren. I guess some girl must have let you down, so you took me in to vent your anger on. I know you'd no memories of courting me down a country lane, or dancing at the crossroads on a summer's evening. We just used to walk in the park. And even then, I knew you weren't with me half the time. And in the movies, when I held your hand and I'd suddenly feel it go from me, I wondered what I'd done. I tried everything to make you happy. And just when I thought I was succeeding, you'd say something that would bring tears to my eyes. And even though I should have left you, I never did. I had no folks who got their dinner from their own back garden instead of the store. I had no folks at all. That I can remember. And if in all my life I'd never seen anything greener than the grass in Central Park, was that any reason why you come home night after night and speak to me as if all the troubles in your life were caused by me? No, Ed. All the troubles in your life, you poured in yourself in a whiskey bottle. Because I had no folks, I thought it was great to look upon yours as mine. So when Thanksgiving time came round, and I knew they could do with a little something, it wasn't you, Ed. It wasn't you. It was my hard hours in the dime store that made it possible for us to send a check home. And when you wanted to take a flyer, like all the other folks do now, I felt if I could get you on a boat for a few days, you might arrive in better condition to be seen. I know what you wanted me to be, Ed, but there's no use you standing at the apartment window on a rainy evening, swaying with a whiskey bottle in your hand, wishing the past would catch up with you and make you a man again.
Hey, honey, I'm sorry. I've been even more of a bum than I thought I was.
Ed, I'm all you've got. Not your father or your mother, nor Curly, nor anyone else. You've got no one but me. Or whatever you're going to get out of life, you've got to find me fins past 50.
Hell, I don't know what's been in me. I should have had this vacation years ago and got all this stuff out of my system.
Ed, anyone else anywhere would have run out on you before this.
So why didn't you?
I guess, Ed, because I loved you.
Hey, Julia, you've never said that to me before.
I was scared. I was scared that if I did, you'd say something that would stop me ever feeling like that again.
Hell, Julia, I've wasted my life. And yours. Hell, yours I've made a living hell.
And tonight at the party, when everyone's here, you'll be right in the center of it.
No.
And I'll be like some odd piece of baggage you brought
No,
along.
Julia, I swear. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Being sorry isn't enough, Ed. You're sorry when you drink too much. You're sorry when the money runs out. Maybe I haven't been the girl of your dreams. And I know we'll never go courting down Moreland's Lane. But God, how I wish sometimes you'd put your arms around me.
Hey, Julia.
Ed, we could make this vacation. Even now, on our last day, we could make it into something. We could start again from here.
So help me God, Julia, I will.
You know, if you love me, if we're all I've had to suffer, next time I would never shoot any lions or carry empty stateroom trunks. If you just leave things alone, Ed, we could do anything.
So help me God, Julie. Next time we're going to take a plane.
Stew I've ever been at.
Oh, it was a good send-off, surely. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. I was too tired to clean the place up when the house when it was all over.
That won't take us long. Wasn't Julia great fun?
The happiest I've seen her since she came. And between himself and Eddie, they nearly danced the 2 legs off of her.
And him always leading off in the crows and the sambo too, if you don't mind.
Ah, there's a good old kick in him yet.
Kick is right. Where's he now?
Oh, he said his goodbye early before the car came and went up to the fields. The men don't like anyone to see them crying. They leave that to the women.
Isn't it awful quiet the places now? Ah, shush, Mary Kate. Should they all be back again soon?
They'll be back, but myself and him, we're getting old.
Will we get the house ready again before you know where you are?
Oh, 'tis easy for you to talk, I mean. Waiting comes easy to the young ones.
Wait, doesn't come easy to any of us, Mary Kate. But come on, I'll put down the kettle and maybe Tom will be in soon. What will I do with the importer cases and the big barrel above in the room?
Is the barrel empty?
Mary Kate, they listened then, but wasn't.
When Tom will come in, we'll get him to take it outside the door. It'll have to go back to the town.
Julie and Eddie enjoyed the holidays, didn't they?
They did, surely. Herself was telling me this morning that she's sorry to be leaving. But Eddie, he said he's raring to get back. But do you think now it should be the other way around? They disappeared last night for about an hour during the dancing.
Well, do you know the fort at the end of Martin's Lane?
Yes.
Do you know how hot it gets in there with the dancing and everything. Curly and me walked down as far as the end of the fort to get a bit of air. There was something in there. Curly we did find out. He grabbed a hold of the spell on the grass.
Who was it?
It was Eddie.
What was he doing in there?
He hit Curly before you realised who it was.
Why? Eileen, you stop laughing and tell me.
Because he was courting Mary Kate.
Courting? Oh, Mother of God, and him a married man. Who is?
Julia, of course.
Julia? Well, it must be true what I've always heard them say. Them Yanks of daft.
Sometimes I wonder if it's all as great as they say it is.
Well, whether it is or it isn't, there's no business for them here anyway. I mean, the small glasses are yours.
You can hold on to them, Mary Kate.
Well, I suppose we'd never know. We might be needing them again sometime. So I don't know where to start from this place.
Well, the first thing we should do now, I'd say, is get rid of those portrait cases.
Oh, don't lift them, Eileen. They're too heavy. When Tom will come in, we'll get him to take them out.
I'll go when he comes. You might want to be alone with him, maybe.
Well, if you like, but you'll come back again.
I will.
I heard Eddie and Julia telling last night that they were thinking of moving out of the house they're in. Eddie was saying they might get someplace further out from the city with a garden touch, and they could grow their own vegetables.
Does Julie have to go on them now, I'm thinking? Sure, Eddie's too long away from the farm, you know, isn't he?
Aye, he's a city man now, surely.
Oh, here's Tom coming now.
Oh, good.
Well, Tom?
Well, Eileen,
Tom, will you take out them portrait cases so we can start tidying this place up?
and a fine mess is in too.
It's been a long time waiting for you to throw a hoolie, Tom.
I got them. It'll be a long waiting again if I have my way.
There's an empty barrel up in the room too, Tom.
And believe you me, it is empty, with all the long gulls that were hanging on the tap all night.
Gee, the contrary, man.
Sometimes I wonder if it's trying to cover up the softness.
It might be that, surely.
Where was this got from?
Buttons?
Buttons? How much did it cost?
£3, I think.
£3. I got it in Barbados, huh? £3 and all British Orphic knows an empty bottle. That's
Sure, we
it.
couldn't let them go without some bit of a do.
There'd be no bit of a do, except for the way they caught me in the hop of the last minute. I knew that until that buck from Flaheens landed at the door with a smile on his face and a fiddle under his arm. I've come to play for the dancers here and walked straight into the kitchen as bold as I like. Be hell, within 5 minutes, half the village above were hopping down the kitchen floor and the other half above the room with that over their head. All right.
I think it's time I went off now, Mary Kate.
All right, Eileen.
Are all these empties?
Yes.
I got this Barbados, huh? There must be another £5 worth of empty porter bottles here. Not to mention the 2 bottles of whiskey and the half-gallon of poteen. Well, damn it, them crowd above in the village, they must think we're made of money just because we had a couple of Yanks at home. Now, this place looks like a she-bee inside you.
Tom, there's something I want to talk to you about.
I got to keep holding for a file touch with. There's a cold in there again.
Tom, you'll have to stand and hear this now.
What's wrong trying to say, woman? What's the for 2,000, woman?
Well, you know some time ago that Eileen Tierney and Curly were thinking of getting married.
Marrying? Marrying? There'll be no marrying. Daft woman talking.
Well, you know why Curly didn't go.
Because for the first time in 25 years, he's beginning to act with it and think with a bit of sense.
He went to Cashel Bar yesterday.
Aye, and he thought of the tack he was playing, and he saw that he'd be better off inside of it.
When he was telling you last night during the dance, he didn't tell you anything else.
He never says much that book, just that he wasn't going to America. That's all.
You didn't notice anything in any interior this morning?
I noticed that the eyes were burning out of her head from being up all night. That's what I noticed.
Will you stand there a minute and put down that portrait case?
What are you trying to say, woman?
Tom, Curly and Eileen are getting married.
Over my dead body than that.
He went into the priest on his way home from Cashel yesterday.
The priest? The priest?
To fix up.
You think the priest is bad enough to take any notice of him?
They have fixed the day with him.
You raving woman.
No, not unless maybe Raven with the joy.
Are they all gone mad so?
Didn't you notice Eileen's finger?
What's wrong with her finger?
There's a ring on it.
From fire?
From Curly.
And where did he get the ring?
In Cashel yesterday, with the money, the fair money that Eddie gave him.
How much did it cost?
60 pounds.
60 pounds? That's fire! The price of a bloody good cow!
He's made his mind up.
Let it up! Let it up! He'll be the cause of us all going to the workhouse.
Well, there's no sense in shouting about it anymore, Tom.
You're sitting here concocting and planning while there's nothing taught to me till it's all bundled and tied up. Where do we want to go, answer me that? Where do we want to go?
Up in that room.
And a hell of a lot of peace we'll have up there, and him down here, filling the house with screeching children.
Well, I don't care what you say, Tom. There's no good in shouting about it anymore. I'm the happiest woman in the world. And if you want to have the last word, you'll have the last word and no one will stop her. But the time has come to hand over.
Hand over fight!
All that we have worked hard to keep for
By
him.
God, we'll keep for another bit, fight. We'll keep for another bit.
Now, bring out that case or two and we'll way out.
Claire, to God.
When Cully comes back, for God's sake, go away, say him.
God, 60 pounds on a woman's finger. You're over here to make it.
You told him.
Yes, I did.
Curly's back.
Will you let me have another look at it? Oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life. To Dejlo.
Who would think Curly would ever have it in him to buy a grand thing like that? For me.
Eileen, I'm happier than yourself.
Oh, shush, Mary Kate. When Tom comes in and sees the two of us praying, what'll he say at all?
I'd be thinking all the saying is gone out if you... Oh, here's Cuddly. Just proud of you, I am.
Just proud of myself, I am.
Have you seen him yet, Curly?
No, but I'm ready for him.
Here, getting married.
Oh, yeah?
There's a cold in the hair again. Someone want to go and put her out.
I'll go put her in her place.
And we're going to get on with painting that yoke now that she's up.
I got some paint.
Red paint.
Black paint.
Father, any left that American tobacco?
What is in the room, I'll get it.
All right.
I'll go put that cow out.
I'll come with you.
Hurley! Father, will have that tin of black paint?
Up there in the corner with the rest of it.
Here's the tobacco.
I'll take the tin with me. Well, if 'tis black paint he wants in it.
It's been a half day now, Tom, I know, with Eddie going and all this.
Eddie and Julia, they'll be well on their way by now.
Aye, they are now, surely.
I said they'd come home again soon.
Aye, maybe next year.
Next year. Yeah. Them two there, when are they getting married?
Monday, 3 weeks.
Monday, 3 weeks. Monday, 3 weeks. What, damn it! No swear he does it to me design here. Monday, 3 weeks. The bloody fair day in Castle Bar.
you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, this is our last night. But hopefully, next year we might be back with another play, if the cast will stay around, and maybe we might get new members. Now, I would like to thank a few people. Backstage, we have Damien Ahern, Amina Parks, Jill McCarthy, and Ellen Quill. Front of house, we have Sean Barrett, Helen Kelly, Teresa O'Halloran, Lal Brown, Oliver McGrath, Mary D on makeup, and Francie Plavin on lights and sound. This was my first time producing a play, and I think I was a bit more nervous than the cast themselves. They've been a fantastic cast to work with. They've rehearsed very hard since last October, 2 nights a week, so I think they deserve a good round of applause. Now, the old contrary farmer, Mick Ahern as Tom Maher. His poor wife here, Hannah Mae Collins, as Mary Kay. The country boy, whom I hope will come back to us sometime, Declan O'Carroll as Curly. And I don't know if we'll see this Yank anymore, Tom Collins as Eddie. Our youngest member here tonight, and I want to wish her well in her exams later on in the year, Jessica Hearn as Eileen. We had to go all the way to Abbeyfeale for Anne-Marie Nash as Julia. Now, if you stay in your seats for a few minutes, we'll do the draw for the raffle. Thank you all very much.
I have a presentation here for you. I think Mike wants to say a few words.
Just to say, to thank you to Mag on behalf of the cast, because as she said herself, it was her first night, or her first production, correct. So it made life easy for us to have the experience of Mag with us. So thanks, Mag.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.